Hello and welcome back. We are playing Victoria 3 as Spain. Last episode, we had a little bit of a flubbed war with Great Qing. The war definitely feels a little bit different in 1.2.1, and it feels nice that it's much more dynamic. You don't get these weird, stally, forever battles, and stuff is much less dependent on, like, just landing the capital and just being like, haha, I won, I landed your capital. And so this is cool. I like this a lot. They spent like 10 seconds occupying Beijing, and we just lost like 50 war support or whatever because it looked like they could take Beijing. And so this is a bit interesting. It's a bit of an improvement in 1.2.1. Last episode, we kind of left off talking about, hey, we just got central banking. We want to set up a bunch of trade routes, or we want to try and incorporate people into our market. So we're going to find a few targets to try and incorporate into our market. We're going to bankroll them, and we're generally going to do this on countries we want to eventually protectorate, because puppeting them would just cost way, way, way too much. So for example, for getting a dominion on Persia, 38, this is a lot. But instead what we can do is we can bankroll them, get them into the customs union, and then from there, once they're in the customs union, we can try and get them as a protectorate for like 5 infamy, and then puppet them or dominion them and then annex them, this sort of thing. And so overall it's a lower infamy way of expansion. So we will find a few. We will do one in Portugal, because I would actually love to annex Portugal as fast as possible to get more fronts into the Congo for expansion. And then Peru, Bolivia is also a decent one. They are relatively close to just wanting to join us in a customs union anyways, so we'll bankroll them. And this is costing us 11k so far. And I think Persia is also a decent choice, but we'll actually go for Afghanistan. Afghanistan's kind of on the cusp of maybe when you want to, straight up just dominion and then annex. Maybe we dominion and annex Afghanistan, so we're actually going to not do Afghanistan. And maybe we're okay with just these two to start, because we are paying quite a bit of money, and we enforce. And so we'll have to find another war. And, speaking of Afghanistan, let's just dominion them. No one's going to be able to help them except for maybe Persia. Persia was so inclined. And so this should be a fairly easy war here for us. Steam donkey spreading, nice. You'll love to see it. And let's see, what do we want to research now? I think probably rotary valve engine. Yeah. But the main idea is we are going to, bankroll them, and then we're going to get an obligation. We'll absolve that obligation to pull them into the customs union, and then, well, not these guys, Portugal maybe. And then once they're in the customs union, we will look to get another obligation and use that obligation to pull them in. Now, Portugal has powerful protectors. Who are their protectors? They're in a customs union with Great Britain. Is that their only protector? They have a defensive pact with Morocco. Huh, interesting. We'll see if maybe we can bust that up then. My initial, in 1.1, what my expansion strategy for Spain was, or for Portugal, included conquering Morocco. I never published that, and then it stopped, the initial strategy stopped being as effective, so... We are hemorrhaging quite a bit of money here, though. Let's see if we have insufficient tax capacity anyways. No, we do not, so we will just build up... Actually, let's build up a government administration here. We'll put it at the front of the queue. Seek empire sides with Afghanistan. Well, I guess that is a country that can side with Afghanistan, yeah? We will look to put war reps on both of them. Would be more than happy for them to back down, but also more than happy to get the war reps, so... That is a country that can help them. And now if China joins too, that'd be a bit uncomfortable. We'll see how things play out, though. Afghanistan backs down, yielding us the primary war goal. It seems to be the case that if you have a secondary war goal, they're more likely to back down and yield the primary one. And so we get a nice little puppet here. We have a decent amount of infamy, so we could decay for a bit. And so I think what we're going to do is we are going to look to open their market here. Now, I don't see any type of thing for removing the interest. For example, you can't colonize Hokkaido because Japan has an interest there or whatever, and this is the new system. And so let's declare a war on Japan, and there's a decent chance I think China joins. And if China joins, we'll need to dramatically increase the size of our military. But what we're going to do is we're going to open their market and look for Actually, let's save first, because it's actually catastrophic if both China and Great Britain join. I don't think we can win that type of war, but let's go for... How much is the Dominion? Alright, we're going to open their market, and we are going to add war reparations at the top. And we probably make that a primary war goal. Looks like Russia's more than happy to join. And can we make... So we can't... There's no war goal for giving them giving up the colonial claims, which is a bit unfortunate. But we can add this to primary as well. And the trade unions come in. I guess it recalculated. Right as you got property of women. Because a lot of the women support the trade unions. And so these guys increase in clout. That is a bit interesting. Because it does give increased workforce ratio. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But we do eventually want to have, I think, the trade unions in government. It looks like there's not a super legitimate way to do that right now. They are notably also Republican, which is more important early on, but it is nice. So, I think we're going to go for guaranteed libs here. No one gets really pissed at us for this. It is a preferable mode, and we will need a decent amount more government administration, but if I'm not mistaken, we're actually over... Oh, we don't have filing cabinets. Are they not spreading to us? They are not spreading, so we should get filing cabinets roughly in time when we get guaranteed libs, so this will be fine. I'm going to keep an eye on this. If... Japan, but I would like it so if we could have a war goal for removing their claims or whatever on Hokkaido and Sakhalin, but maybe this is... Alright, Great Britain sides with them. We're kind of okay with that. Let's see what Russia wants. Russia just wants an obligation. I think we offer an obligation to Russia. And then we look to have an actual big war with... We'll go for liberating these two, and just not... Oh, looks like China doesn't have an interest here. So once we sway Russia, we will go to liberate as well another one. I think we want to liberate Cape Colony. And we are going to put guys on fronts. And hopefully, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and land behind here, just to eliminate this front, and then land Japan, I think, will be the way we're going to go about this. Let's add another... this is kind of a bit much. We might have to increase taxes here. Yeah, we're going to increase taxes a little bit. We're going to look to lower them kind of when this war is over. I just don't want to get stuck in a spot here. We get reinforced wooden ships for shipyards. I think we want to swap over to that. It does make them privately owned, which helps to get rid of... Well, I guess we're kind of fine with the petite bourgeoisie. Usually this is not very efficient PM. Just makes more clippers. Whatever. We're going to do it. Donation of knowledge. Wonderful idea. Free unis. Sign me up. Most of our construction is now in the automated queue, which is fine with us. Having trouble getting migration here to the capital. Let's increase this a little bit. We will, again, we're like not spreading this central archives, but maybe we should just rush it. Shogunate backs down. They give us war reps as well. We will decrease the taxes back down. Assuria wants a defensive pact. Are you using an obligation? No, you're not. Okay. We can invite them to customs union and owe them an obligation. They will not accept, but we can just owe them an obligation, and they would. We can also bankroll them to try and get this off. I think I like that because I don't want to get stuck in a defensive pact with them, which is probably what they'll use the obligation for. So we will just do that. Rising concerns. What needs to be addressed? I think the Industrialists are going to be pretty happy with us right now, so we can take that to try and get the rural folk a little happier. And guaranteed lives. Also got to be on the eye for when our guys die, because we are looking for someone, anyone really, who's a radical. Discord within the trade unions. We'll just take this. I don't want the Intelligentsia to sap off the trade unions. And these guys are genial somehow. I guess maybe we bankroll them with the money they're sending us. Kind of awkward. Kind of funny. But pulling them into our customs union would be really nice. Their market's not adjacent to ours, but if we can do a large volume of trade with them, we're going to do this. And then we're going to take a look at what their prices are. So luxury goods and glass look expensive, so we're going to export those to the Japanese market. And let's see, paper is also a bit expensive. And porcelain, I know their people are obsessed with porcelain, so let's do paper and porcelain as well. And then let's see what's cheap in your market. Sugar, oil. We're not using oil right now though, so sugar, silk, dyes, tea. Sugar, silk, dyes, tea. Sugar, silk, dye. This of course is hurting us here, but this is fine. And tea. We're doing a large volume of trade to try and bring them into the market easier. See, they're very close to accepting a trade agreement. We could offer them an obligation. I don't want to get pulled into a defensive pact with them, though, so I will just improve relations with them. Or we don't. And just bankroll them. And we will just try and keep an eye on our bankrolls. Now, how's our infamy doing? It's quite a bit still. This is fine. Colonization of Zululand's completed. Nice. And who could we... I guess we could annex one of these guys. I don't want to do that yet until they finish colonizing. Or I don't think we want to do it. We could go after one of these little boyos. How much is it to go after one of these guys? I feel like this should cost like 0 infamy, but it doesn't cost 0. It costs quite a bit. Because I think they have a decent population size. Yeah, of like 1 mil. So... I guess we could try and annex these. Annexing Tripoli was always the plan. Let's do it. This prevents France from expanding, notably, in any type of war, because they're in alliance with us. Seems kind of amusing. And we get a native uprising too, which France, of course, also gets called into. Which will just speed up our colonization there. Haven't gotten too many native uprisings. I think that colonial resettlement might be a lot better now than exploitation. Or no, it might be a lot better. It might still be worse than exploitation, but I think there's more of an argument to be made. Gotta just tune this one up. Trying to get more economies of scale bonus. Then check the if they need rails. They will need rails. We'll put that at the front. Getting a nice transfer. We're getting quite a bit from Diplo Pacts, you know, as well. Big part of our income. Let's take a quick look and see if we have gotten any obligations. I don't think we have. while it's being enacted, I think we'll take this. And then I think what we'll do is we'll make sure we finish this immediately and then go to rotary valve engine. And then that way we'll solve pretty quickly our administrative problems. We will need more paper, but this is fine. Are you willing to join? Nope. Are you? Don't want to offer them an obligation. We can... Oh, we are bankrolling them. Okay. I guess we also want to bankroll Iraq because we want to protectorate them once they're off of defending the borders. Oh, I didn't even realize Papal States had joined against us. Oh well. Would have probably asked for war reps of them. They're not asking for anything. It's not a big deal, either way. I'm gonna put down Masai. Let's take a look if we can establish any colonies here. Nope, we can't, and all these have severe malaria, so we don't want to go into that. Prussia is fighting Austria, and Prussia always seems to have a bad time, man. Perfect, and we will come in here and immediately turn this on to standardized filing system. And we will do the same over here, because these places have the biggest economies of scale throughput bonus, and now we're fine on the bureaucracy. In fact, we could even increase an institution. Don't really... I want to save it for the new one, so we'll not do anything for guaranteed libs. Are these colonies going max speed? I think they changed the max speed to 25, so if they were going max speed, we would start colonizing some of these, but they're not. Maybe we should have vassalized these guys way long ago, given how long we've kept them as subjects. More than happy to have that guy get a little bit of juice and become more popular. Having a little bit of difficulty, we are spending some of our, what is it? We would rather bolster the trade unionists or suppress the Catholic Church or landowners, I think, than be bolstering the Intelligentsia. Maybe we can come off of that bolster on the back of him getting more popularity and instead suppress these boys. Not a huge fan of getting decreased education access, so... We will have Tripolitania, which will be nice. How are you doing with us? Pretty happy, I guess. The duel, let's see who it's between. Well, we definitely want people who are radicals, so we're probably going to, unless Reformer supports multiculturalism, which they don't, so we're probably going to let them fight. And Marcelo O'Donnell has died. I don't suppose they're going to be radical very often. Yeah. Not a radical. Unfortunate. We were hoping for it, didn't get it. Sag. Oh, looks like our naval invasion failed because the general died. Alright, let's see about recruiting a new general. Alright. Don't mind this, increasing the clout of the Intelligentsia. They have been having trouble staying above 20, so this will help out, hopefully. Quite a bit, I think. Let's take a look at military tech. We are keen on eventually going, like, a combination of ironclad and gentry cranes. Maybe we do that, and then maybe we can actually land Great Britain, because we keep on getting into fights with them anyway. And so, I think we go gantry cranes first. And then ironclad. I think we could also use more convoys in general. Wait, they're asking for independence? Hell no, brother. We're about to land you, my guy. You're about to get clapped. Oh, are you not? Well, I guess we could try Libya next. Yeah, this guy's lost. That explains everything. Well, that'll be unfortunate. We'll just switch over. This battle's like lost anyways. I'm surprised it lets us switch over right away. Can we get you into our customs union? No, but we can... Oh, let's double check. No, but we can get a trade agreement. We're going to absolve the obligation to boost us to amicable. Amicable. I think I've been mispronouncing it this whole time. And now you will take the trade agreement for free. Hopefully we have a little bit more success here in Libya. I think I don't mind this defensive pact because we do have to get 2 alliances. And I think we would want our second with Austria because I don't think we're ever getting it with Great Britain. So... I think we're also going to expand the Navy a little bit here. Well, first we're going to delete this barracks here. And then we're going to expand the Navy. Let's do that and that. And the auto queue is like a bit inefficient, but it's nice as well. Because we just like, we're not like constantly queue managing as well. This is nice. Oh, just 5k landing? Come on. I guess we're gonna get enforced on. That sucks. It's wild we can just swap off this immediately and just land this other guy, even though this battle's already started. Maybe this is a bug. No, we're not gonna give up. Alright, so rotary valve engine, we're gonna turn it on in here. Specifically, but I think it's only going to be really nice in here. If France gives up, fair enough. I think we can get a landing off. Party will never end though. Unfortunately. How do you lose powerful? Come on, we've gotten so many new modifiers for this. Let's stop suppressing, switch back to bolstering these guys. Not that migration's doing a tremendous amount for us right now anyway, but... that should help out a little bit, actually. And now that we've gotten the battle... apparently we could just do this and land this with this guy. 8k versus 8k. Ugh. Logistics secured though, but unfortunately difficult landing modifier. I guess we're gonna lose this. A little bit rough. We maybe have another one more shot at the landing. This one's not going to succeed. Gold keeps getting depleted. We will make sure that we cannot build gold mines, and we can build gold mines, a ton of gold mines. So let's do that after these new shipyard boyos. Promote this guy again. I think we're not gonna, we're gonna stick on this. Oh, and looks like we're getting in. Damn it. Right as we were getting in there. That's unfortunate. Huh. We're adjacent to Shewa now, so we can open their market. Maybe. We need an interest in here. Let's check our bankrolls. We get one from Portugal right now. Alright, so can we change you to our customs union? No, but we can absolve to make you amicable. Amicable. Awkward with the AAA thing. Don't know why they're genial with us, though. There's a lot of oil in there, too. That's kind of sucks. Alright, so we could probably open their market. Could also puppet them. That's a lot of infamy, though. So I think we're going to want to do it slowly. So let's see about just opening the market and getting war reps. We should have declared an infamy war. This is going to take no infamy. I just got too excited because it's Ethiopia. Why is that no progress? It's because we don't have an interest on there? It's because we're at war with someone. Whoops, awkward. Awkward war with Tripolitania. I really thought that was just like a freebie. And if you look at our construction queue, like, whoa, get a nice little game crash there. I think we'll pause and then be back in a sec. Alright, we are back. Sorry about that. Such is the life of the beta. By that I mean the public beta, not my life. Shame. That's a bit unfortunate. Maybe we could, we could just straight up invite Manchuria to the customs union, so that's nice. We're close to being able to protect them. Oh, we can once, this will be great. So we wanted to declare like a higher infamy war, and then it felt kind of silly, a little bit. Oh wait, we don't have an obligation with them. We have an obligation with Portugal. Can we protectorate you? No. Can we customs union you? Also no. Just because your current customs union is really valuable. Can't customs union you unless we give you an obligation. Don't want to do that. Once we get an obligation with them, we should be able to do it. Ooh, we definitely need more convoys. Maybe that was one of our problems landing Tripoli. I don't know. That was kind of weird. I mean, like, a lot of... Definitely, like, having to adjust to new differences, you know, in regards to what's going on. We are gaining a little money. I think I will probably not look to increase spending until we get to like the only in a third negative of a deficit, and then I'll look to increase spending. I think that this will help us to, you know, rein in the industrialists just a little bit, because they are getting paid by our interest payments go to the industrialists basically, and I think this is juicing their clout and making it hard for us to maintain the double bonus with the Intelligentsia. So long term, I think we want to be on this plan. We're just going to try and make a couple of these things that look like they're specializing. We're just going to expand what it looks like they're specializing in just a little bit. in our queue. So yeah, unfortunately we're not... Oh, we have an obligation with them. Oh, we've already been over this. Let's absolve the obligation to get them to friendly. Now they will join our customs union if we can get up high enough, or if we can get another obligation, which should be fine. We have an obligation with them, so we can invite them to the customs union using it. And then we should be able to protectorate them pretty easily. So the customs union is getting really big. We get Steam Donkey, which will be very nice in the capital. Overall, the labor is not very expensive. Like, a good heuristic for the price of labor is... Ooh, we also got nitroglycerin. Didn't turn it on. So let's actually turn you on. And then... let's just turn on the nitroglycerin just... well... can we turn it on here? No? Well, it'll... more needs to be had. We're going to make the labor cheaper here, though, by using Steam Donkey in the capital. Let's see, we have some journal entries. The munition industry. Gold fields get depleted. That means more gold for us, probably. One of the reasons why this area is so nice is because of this. You, of course, do have infrastructure problems, so let's solve them. I'm gonna try this one. I think maybe we want to try and get a bunch of, you know, Spanish people migrating out there. Get an obligation from Manchuria. So can we protectorate you off the back of that? No, almost. You're friendly, so we'll just hold on to this obligation for now. And we have force on Shewatsi, so let's take a pause because we want to declare war. We also probably want to improve relations with them and try and, you know, engage with their market. So let's take a look at their market. Or let's improve relations. Not going to bankroll them. We could bankroll them instead. How much is it? Oh, it's super cheap. Let's do that. And then... the luxury goods, furniture, and clothes. Now that their market's open. I'm not checking to see if it's profitable. If I made a mistake with that, I'm not too concerned about it. So sugar, tea, coffee, dyes, fabric. Sugar, tea, coffee, dyes, fabric. So coffee, dye... sugar, tea, fabric. I don't think we hit fabric yet. So that should be easier to get them into our market. We cannot let them leave, let's say. They're improving relations, this is nice. Yeah, we have control of very little of this construction. And maybe we want to expand the construction. I did say I wanted to let... what is this about? If they want to offer us an obligation to join in, we're more than happy to join in on that. But we do want to find a small little war. Do want to try and get Tripoli back. That would be nice. We could maybe just try and get them into our customs union instead. That's a big sag for us. I think they're a little bit too small for us to want to get them that way, though. We go after some of these Central American countries. So let's go look at our interests. Declare an interest in here, and then go after go after Costa Rica, which will put us adjacent to New Granada, which will be nice. Yeah, the investment pool is pretty big here. And let's go after them, I think. I think we just annex. Wow, why is this going so slow? It feels like... Yep, the auto queue has taken over. The capitalists have taken over. Solidarity's deactivated. That's unfortunate. We'd really like to get that bonus back if we can. Us being super righteous this entire time has been, by the way, fantastic for decreasing radicals and increasing loyalists. But we have a ton of discrimination as well, so we really would be keen on getting off this. Our kingdom for a radical, really, to be honest. We haven't generated a single radical ideology guy. And so we could move back to censorship pretty comfortably here, though. Oh no, not with who we have in government. I guess maybe we go cultural exclusion and then we just accept that we have to fight the Intelligentsia. I'm gonna stop bolstering these guys and start bolstering these guys. I'm just not sure. We have an obligation from Portugal, so now I think we can pull them into our customs union. So we will do that. We have an obligation with the Shogunate. We will invite them to our customs union. How close are you to protectorate? You're almost always defending the borders, so it just generally feels impossible. And you have powerful protectors. Who's your protector? Are we your protector? We're not your protector, guy. That might be a bug. Wait, is everyone... Is that modifier apply to everyone? There's a customs union? Yeah, they don't have it. In fact, we're gonna bankroll you so we can protectorate you. Get an obligation from Shewa, though. We're just gonna absolve it to get to cordial. Now that makes them cautious. Other side of the fence. Probably just gonna take... Yeah, just gonna take that. And then look to land with our 55 guy, not mess around. And we get solidarity off the back of that, which is nice. Want to keep that active. Want to get this guy up to 20% clout or higher. Gonna be a little bit tough, because do have to get general... those people do not have enough clout. It's gonna actually be pretty hard for us to, with oligarchy, get that high level clout, but I think we want to stay on oligarchy for now. Bahrain, we can annex as well. It's very cool to see them just forming Ethiopia here, though. It looks like they will be doing my kingdom for someone with a radical philosophy. I guess maybe we just go for this and then accept that cultural exclusion will have to go through some people. Or for multicultural. The problem is, like, everyone will oppose multiculturalism. But we also haven't gotten someone with a radical ideology in a while. Or it's been a while and we haven't gotten it. Let's see if we can turn on boom booms in some of these places. You have boom booms. Can we turn boom booms on for you? Not really. Why don't we turn them on here? And then they're going to get expensive, and then the auto queue will be more likely to build some of those things out. Also, to that end, we're going to export fertilizer to try and make it more expensive. I didn't mean to click that guy. And let's take a look and see at our bad trade routes now. These are not very profitable because we got Portugal in. Portugal has a lot of dyes, so that's the one we didn't mean to make. Let's not export. Well, let's continue exporting the fertilizer. We don't need to import grain from them. Probably not that. Not that. I guess we don't want to be dependent on them. Annex pretty quick here. We missed out on... Let's improve relations with them. Now, why can't we bankroll you? Because we don't have enough. How much would it cost us? A lot. Okay. Let's stop improving relations. Can maybe get a trade agreement with them sometime down the line. Let's take a look. We're running out of Diplo, though, with all these bankrolls and such. Let's see if we can rival people. Rivaling Sweden seems fine. Yeah, the private queue is taking all the construction, basically, and this isn't necessarily a problem, but it just means we don't have a lot of control. Japanese Shogunate are offering us an obligation for a defensive pact. How are you have... I don't know how they have powerful protectors is the thing. I think we say no. But I think we also stop bankrolling them. And just be content, because they almost always have defending the borders. Or that's been my experience. We get an obligation from Portugal here. And we can protectorate them. We will use the obligation to protectorate them. And then we will start damaging relations with them. Or not yet. Once they say yes. So that was kind of quick. In terms of us getting Portugal into that situation, they accept, and we will start damaging relations. We have to get them all the way down from friendly, so this will take a long time. They want a defensive pact, and they're offering an obligation again. I mean, so I think we're not getting them in. So let's just click accept and see if they still have powerful protectors. I wish it explained why they have powerful protectors. But we can get rid of the defensive pact if we need to. Tunis, we no longer have war reps with, so we can annex them. I think this is fine. Then we will be adjacent to Tripoli, so this will be nice. We're making a good amount of money now. So I think that we want to expand construction. So we'll do that. Obligation we owed to Iraq expired. Nice. Trying to protectorate these boyos as well. Obligation we owed to the Great Mongolian State has expired. Nice. A little bit far from protectorating them. Not so far from them, so we'll just keep on the bankroll. We could expand the military just to try and get there. Let's do that. We're starting to reach a point where we have just a ton of stuff in the queue for us specifically, and we can't quite get there. Obligation from Peru, Bolivia. Us being on laissez-faire and us only controlling 25% of the queue is starting to be uncomfortable. But it also gives us more money. We can't protectorate them. They're defending the borders, but we would be close if they weren't. I guess we'll stop bankrolling them for now because we don't have an enormous amount of money for bankrolls, and start bankrolling these guys instead and try and get them in the customs union. We could also trade agreement with Brazil here. So maybe we can get them in the customs union. I don't want to bankroll Brazil. It is a bit expensive. I guess it's not too bad. Let's bankroll them. We are going to have a nice little war here with Tunis. Maybe we go back after Tripoli, if that's the case. I do think we are going to want to dominion them and then annex them again. Let's take a look at cultures, if we can. And just trying to look... and see if there's Spanish randomly anywhere. Okay, it's not... Let's go here. It's discriminated against. Yeah. We get an obligation from Iraq, so I think we can protectorate them. Let's double check that we have the infamy balance. We do have an infamy balance for this. So we will protectorate you, use the obligation, and then start damaging relations. Or we will after you accept this. We'll start hurting relations. They'll be a little bit quicker to get in. We're going to check our other bankrolls. We have an obligation. We don't have you in the customs union yet. And you're cautious. Let's absolve the obligation. And now you're amicable. Manchuria, I think we were trying to... Yeah, we're just 2 away. And then you guys... We're waiting on an obligation. And for you, we're waiting on an obligation. Okay. Persia's another country we can go after. How expensive is this bankroll? Not too bad, so let's do it. Looks like they have another uprising, so this is fine with us though. We won't be able to declare war, but we're decaying infamy anyways, so it's kind of whatever. Let's take a look and see if we can declare another... Can we take on debt? Not really. Let's rival Prussia, I guess. For more Diplo. Because we're starting to get pretty into it for trying to pull people in our markets. This seems to be... The obligation speed seems to be much faster. And we get... Gentry cranes. So I think we're still waiting on Ironclad. Yeah, we are. So that won't change anything for now. We'll absolve the obligation with them. Try and get them into the market. Let's press our magic button here. And we will probably increase the ports by 1 for infrastructure reasons. Kind of in the same boat for them. Making a decent amount of money despite having a lot of these bankrolls. We're trying to push this a little bit. Maybe we're pushing a little too hard. Good news we're not in the customs union. Just stuck in a couple of French wars for now, though. Do we have anyone who's a radical? Still no. I think we just are going to do this and then try and fight through the Intelligentsia and everyone else when we want to go radicals. Just, the discrimination hurts too much, you know? So we'll swap over on the PMs. We'll also make sure we have one that's high enough level to provoke the event on the Arts Academy. If we have our eyes and can change it. Let's do independent artists. That helps with the Intelligentsia. We'll do that. We get patronized realist art. And we'll go camera. This Ausa war has been taking forever for them. Just like zero progress. Because Ausa has guns and the other boyos don't. We kind of actually want them to figure that out, so we're going to send them guns and artillery and hope they switch PMs. It was accept a trade agreement. We don't need it quite yet. Maybe they will ask for one and give us an obligation, but probably not. But we can almost customs union them, so that's good. We are bankrolling them. They are rather poor, but if we can protect them early, this will be nice. Just checking our things. Our bankrolls, rather. Urbanize Spain. Yeah, buddy. We'll take the urban center throughput, I guess. Maybe we should have taken the other one. I don't know. Brazil. Alright, I think that was our war. So now let's see if we can have a fight with these guys. We can't. Still got a truce. Where to declare? Where to declare? We could just expand into Nicaragua, but I don't like this that much. Hooligan would be fine, actually. We could Dominion and then Annex for minimum. Whatever. I think I like Sulawesi for the same reason. These guys are a little bit more expensive. Let's do that. We have to keep in mind they have like this island. I swear to God, I think as soon as I get cultural exclusion, I'm gonna get the radical, which the reason I held off is so that, yeah. Reform starts here. Are you? Nope, you're pacifist. Man, they always are pacifist. Maybe that's just how the event always is. We don't like the pacifists very much. Dutch East Indies sides against us. Alright, well. We're gonna ask for war reps off you at the very least. But maybe can liberate some of these or transfer these. I think they're still pretty fearful, so it's very likely they back down. But we're going to need to mobilize much bigger. I think we're going to land with our 37. Well, let's land with our 55 on Dutch East Indies' capital, actually. Netherlands siding is a different story, so now we can liberate the Dutch East Indies and go for war reps on the Dutch as well. And we can still convince someone to come on over. Looks like we can convince Portugal. Now, why is Portugal... What did we even research just then? Is there a way to know? I think it was dynamite. which we are having trouble turning nitroglycerin on, you know? I think we'll... Maybe you can turn on dynamite. Yeah, let's turn on dynamite in these. And that'll hopefully make them build more boom boom factories. Let's start using a little bit more rail transport. They're dominioning Morocco here. The UK is. I think the metagame is going to change much more to dominioning. I think we are going to land Netherlands first. So which one has fewer conscripts? Friesland has 3 and 7, and this place just has... So Friesland should be easier to land. Shewa just wants to join straight up. Let's see. We can liberate Brunei and Toba and Kalimantan. I think I'm fine with liberating Brunei as well. No, not on them actually. Toba, Kalimantan. I think I like liberate Banjar so we can go after Banjar. I think it's very likely they back down, that's why I'm not transferring any of these. Tidor is also one I kind of like going for often. And then, what else here? Don't really like going for these guys. Jambi might be okay. Let's liberate Pontiac, actually. Maybe we'll conquer all of Borneo, and this will look aesthetically better. They are in a customs union, but we want to maybe protectorate them, which we can if we had an obligation. So let's check our obligations. We have one for Manchuria. I think we are waiting on them to us to be more powerful by enough. We'll double check, I guess. Sulu backs down, yeah. What we were anticipating and why we didn't put any infamy generating war goals in on Dutch East Indies or the Netherlands. Okay, I was thinking maybe we wanted to join in on that, but I guess that's not an option. Let's check our infamy. Relatively reputable. Do we still have... okay. If we did go for Afghanistan, we could annex them now. I think we have 10 available. We do. So I think this is good annex here. We'll just put that guy on the front. We want to keep declaring wars so we don't get pulled into France's wars. We get cultural exclusion or whatever, and so we will get rid of a consumption tax. Or we can stop bolstering the trade unionist. Let's stop bolstering, and then we can add a consumption tax. I'm going to tax porcelain because it is more luxurious. And then I think we're going to need a lot more construction. It should come up pretty quick. Hopefully no one joins with them. I'm a little surprised at how easily we were able to get 2 protectorates this episode. It seems much easier than it was before. Great Britain's having some troubles there. I think we wanted to decrease... Oh, we did decrease the taxes back down. We could decrease them a little bit more. Work to increase standard of living. Now that we changed the cultural exclusion, are you now migrating? Oh, why are you not migrating at all? People should be leaving here and going to the main area. That's a bit unfortunate. That's not what we want. We get an obligation from Persia. So we cannot get them the customs union, but we can absolve the obligation to make them amicable. Are we strong enough? Nope, we still need more army power projection. We do want to delete those guys in Tunis. And we still have a bunch in the queue in regards to army. It's kind of annoying. It's taking us forever to get through government construction. I guess we just have those barracks now. The gold mines will not be produced by industrial or capitalists or whatever, because the government just basically gets the profits. So I think that's kind of how it works. Not 100% on that. Kind of content to stay on charity hospitals for the time being, although I think if we get off of them, maybe the Catholic Church gets banished to the Shadow Realm, which would be preferable. Problem is we'd have less access. Yeah, we want to switch, but trade unions need to have a bit of a come up first. We get an obligation from New Granada, so let's take a look. I think we're just absolving. Yeah, why can't we pull you in? Because we don't have enough Diplo, and we could if we did. So if we stop bankrolling them, we can invite them to the customs union. So now we got to take a look at what all we're spending Diplo on. And we have a defensive pact with Austria that's really expensive. We have a trade agreement with Russia. We're improving relations with Mexico, so maybe we stop doing this. We can bankroll them instead. It's kind of expensive, but then this gives us enough to work with to get New Granada into the customs union. And New Granada accepts. So the customs union grows. Great molasses flood. Tragic. Afghanistan should give up the fight here soon. Let's take a look at the private construction queue. Sulfur, just kind of making everything. Which is as they do. But this is definitely much less micromanaging on the queue side of things. Are having a bit of trouble getting the SOL up, though. We have to get it above 20. Annex Afghanistan, hurrah. And I think with that, we're going to call it an episode. This episode was largely about just, you know, starting a bunch of bankrolls, getting people into our market. Specifically, what was really nice is we were able to protectorate Iraq and Portugal just all in this episode. And so we're going to look to dominion them in the future. This is why we're damaging relations with them, so that we can dominion them. And then once we dominion them, we'll be annexing them after. And so far, we've been able to keep the infamy really low. We're going to look for another war in the interim. but we've just slowly been expanding. We did have a little bit of an awkward snafu here with Tripolitania, so though the war system is quite a bit different, you know, since they won the wars where we were trying to land them, they got a ton of ticking war score and they just enforced on us as a consequence. So now I think that you have to be a little bit more strategic, where like the way war works is developing in a way that I think is healthy in terms of the game design and this sort of stuff. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.